Really great menu here. I think they specialize in basically like, it's a Vietnamese cuisine restaurant, and they have beef soup. Of course, they have the drinks and all that, you know, like any other Vietnamese restaurant or any other restaurant out there. But what they specialize, I believe, from what my friend told me, is like the bún bò Huế. And yeah, as you know, Kat, as you are familiar with, it's a really good dish. I haven't had bún bò Huế for such a long time, but we're gonna go ahead and get it. I've always had pho, as you know, so this time we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna try a different dish. So let's go ahead and order right now. Yes. Hi. Could I get the number 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it come only in like one size or like?
Yeah, just one size.
Okay, that's fine. And then for the, let's see, for the drink, like, what do you recommend?
I think this one is good.
The Nook Map? Okay, yeah. Can I get one of those too? All right, thank you. And yeah, should be good. All right, thank you. All right. So yeah, here's the restaurant. It's actually really big in here, so the vibes are really nice. If I can kind of show y'all around real quick. So we came at a good time. It's not that crowded, but you can see some of the tables here have a lot of like, I think some of the tables are like reserved for later tonight. Are you using the wireless mic? I am. Yeah. Do you? How's the volume so far, Travis? So we're in one of the Vietnamese restaurants here. It's very beautiful. It's like it's very modern. And then on the other side in the end is like a stage. So it's super cool. So I think over here, like, I guess for special events, they would have possibly like, you know, like wedding receptions or, you know, all the stuff, right? Because they have a stage, they have like the whole sound system set up. So like maybe during big occasions, they got the whole restaurant, you know, like kind of like the typical like wedding receptions. So it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, like it's a really clean restaurant. You can see like the big screen TV background right there, and they have like a disco ball in the center there. Average volume in SEA restaurants, if it's not too loud, it is. No, actually, it might. Honestly, they could up the volume at any time. So, all right, awesome. Glad the sound is good for you, Travis. Yeah, people here are so nice. Like, really nice people. So, yeah, we got really awesome, you know, utensils in this. Ooh, awesome. Thank you. Sweet. So right here we have the Nook Map. I don't know if they translate this into English, but anyways, this is what it is. And we also got here a cup of water. So this isn't like Sprite or 7-Up. This is like, you know, water. But that's awesome that they put it in like one of these cups right here. That's awesome. Dustin, good to see you. Oh shoot. Hey, Tickle Fits. Thanks so much for the raid. Holy cow. You raiding? Hey, thanks so much for the raid. We're here at a Vietnamese restaurant called Nam Giao. So bún bò Huế, if you guys know Vietnamese cuisine, really great Vietnamese food. I just ordered, so they already brought out, you know, the stuff like this. We got here the drink. Oh, it's food time. I was about to get the café soudain, but I already had 2 cups of coffee this day because it's been a long day at work. If I get a 3rd cup of coffee, I'm not sleeping tonight. So, but yeah, welcome to everybody on the stream. So I'm from the Bay Area in California here. Vietnamese, I love Vietnamese food. So let's go ahead and check out the drinks. And then once the food comes out, we're gonna share with everybody and let's do it. So definitely check it out. You can see the interior is just absolutely amazing. Like I've been to, I think nowadays, like a lot of the restaurants are getting like really fancy. And that's awesome. Like, and it's very clean. Thank you. Holy cow, check this out. So they have, so when it comes to food, especially like Asian food, like I think any restaurant you go to, you always have your specific sauces right here. So this is what we have, you know, like the chili sauce, right? Fresh chili, chili paste, and they label it too. That's amazing. So if y'all down for like the spicy stuff, love the lid and the cup. I got stuff. We were just in North Iowa at the headquarters of Motion Race Works, seeing a lot of nice fast cars. Very nice. That's awesome. And was that what you were streaming, Tickle? That's awesome. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try this. This one's called the Nook Mat, M-A-T. Oh, wow. This is amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. For sure. This is amazing. So this is it. I gotta show y'all. That was the stream? That's awesome. Sounds like it was a really nice stream. You've been streaming on the guy that does this drag and drive event and streaming after with all the racers. Very nice. That's awesome. This is a really good environment. I'm using an external microphone, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music, but I'm pretty sure you can. And the volume is just perfect. But without further ado, let's go ahead and highlight the food. Let me take a picture for the thumbnail. And then let's go in here. Gotta get the drink here too, so. All right, this is amazing. So let me pull the camera up real close to you guys. I love the inside of the restaurant. Yeah, the restaurant's really nice. Like, let me show you all the other side. Like, it's people on the other side, but you can see the ceiling right there and like a bit of the stage. So it's amazing. Like, it's not just like there's this whole space on this side, but there's a whole space on that side. It's that big. So let me actually, what am I doing? Let me show you the food. So hopefully you guys can see this. Audio's good and that looks tasty. Yeah, so bumbo hui, you got the beef, it's like the beef, and then that's like pork blood, I think. And then they got like the meat and like the, I think chalu, right? And then the noodles, of course, are on the bottom. So hopefully you guys can see this. So just get a good look at that, sniff it. Got the greens, the onions, they got some of the black pepper there as well. Over here, we have the bean sprouts, right? Some of the veggies, the green stuff, and the lemon. And of course, all your chili sauce right here. Okay, now you hungry? Meals on me. If any of you guys show up to this restaurant, I got you. And then we have here the Nook Mat. I know the taste, but I don't know how to translate that to English. So let's go ahead and eat. But I hope that y'all enjoyed the food, and really great that you guys are all here. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the racing stream before, and hope that overall everyone's having a really great time in their lives. It's Thursday here in California. There are some people watching internationally as well, and hopefully you're all doing good. Oh, I was supposed to use this straw. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Well, it's fine, because there's little like chunks in here. So you're supposed to use a bigger straw, but it's fine. I can use a small straw. A Nook Mat, like M-A-T with the yellow sack. It's not one of those T's. It's like, actually, Catfish, can you translate for us? He's a Vietnamese expert, so. Joe, thanks so much for the support. Yeah, you have to use a big straw, because like there's like, I don't know if it's like pearls, but like, there's stuff in it, but it's really good. I've tasted this before in the past, but I just don't know what they call it in English. Tickle, thanks so much for the support as well. Everybody check out Tickle as well. Actually, most of you guys are from Tickle Stream, so. Watching from North Carolina. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and eat, because I haven't even touched this yet. So, really great utensils. I don't want my food to get cold. That's the thing when I stream restaurants. That's the thing when I stream restaurants. I just talk too much and I forget about the food. On accident though, not intentional. So, very nice. Check this out. I love the vibes. Like the music volume is at a perfect level. Oh, yeah. This is great. Chopsticks right there. That's so nice, because sometimes, there are some places where you have to like just get your chopsticks on the side, right? They put in that little dish, but they put this in like amazing presentation. If I ever get my own home someday, which I will, it's like I'm gonna really get like a set of like these nice looking ones. Bro, Nook Mat translate to cold water? Cold water, but it's not clear water though. And no, it's something. It has to translate to something else, because they have pearls, and there has to be something else in English. It isn't boba. I do have, I think when the person comes by, I'm gonna ask what this is. I'm Vietnamese, but I'm sorry, I don't know. So let's go ahead and eat. So I think it's been a while since I've eaten this, but I think you're supposed to put the lemon in it. So try to use chopsticks. Another time, I cannot eat with them. All right, so, man, I'm really rusty on doing this because I haven't eaten this in a long time. I've eaten a lot of pho, but yeah, it's pretty chill. Let's do that. I'm supposed to get some of the bean sprouts too. Let me just move this aside so you guys can see better. The legumes are there to customize for sure. Yeah, I might try the chili paste. My doctor told me I can't do spicy anymore, but a little spicy I think doesn't hurt. My finger's too shaky for chopsticks. To be honest, I use chopsticks incorrectly, but it works. You know, if it works, just stick with it. Like, I know there's a proper way, like people do it like this method, but like, I don't know, the way I do it, people never called me out on it. It's only like one person did, but it's like, hey, if it works, you know? So, I don't know. Even the way I write is very, like the way I've positioned the pencil in my hand is very different. But anyways, let's go ahead and try this. Dude, and it works? That's good. That's awesome. I don't know if you guys are into anime. Are anybody here into anime? Because I was talking to everybody a while back about this anime convention coming up near San Francisco. It's called Anime Impulse. 2-day event in late July. So, oh man, hold on. I got to show you all this. Give me a sec. Actually, no, I shouldn't. I'm going to stick the whole thing. Because I want to show you, I just mixed in everything. Right here. Like, look at that. That's amazing noodles right there. I'm going to dig into this before, hopefully it doesn't get soggy, but this looks absolutely amazing, people. Like, get a look at this because it's about to be devoured by your boy Sock. Granted, middle daughter is. I'm going to try to turn on text-to-speech. Hopefully it's not too disruptive. Give me a sec.
Text-to-speech enable.
All right. Cool. Let's dig in. So the first one we have here is like it's like a meatball or something, kind of. I'm gonna put in some chili paste.
Ariel said, Diamondes, you ever watch Neon Genesis?
This is great. It's a great day today, honestly. It's really good. So the meatball is absolutely amazing. We're going to try the noodles now, too. I think after you put in the paste, just make sure you just re-stir again, just to make sure everything's equally distributed. I strive to learn how to make this at home one day. It's good. I haven't been to the Midwest much. I've been to Chicago, but my hands froze. My body does not do well with cold temperature. But I'll be down to go to the Midwest during the summertime. I love New York, though. This is really good. Still hot and warm. Here's some of the beef. Really nice beef right here. Actually, let me get this a bit closer. Like, that is so cool. Fresh. I want to go to Texas, but I was warned by people. They say it's too hot in the summer, like now, June or July. But I still want to go to Texas. It does, yeah. Here's the, I think this is a bit of pork that I was talking about. Really good. I gotta put more of the greens in here. Like, for me, I want to put in like everything because I don't know. I always like whatever they they bring out. I try to eat everything, even all the bean sprouts. Isn't been bad yet, but it'll be next week or two. I dealt with 110-degree weather, and it was terrible. Like, and I know Las Vegas has extreme weathers like that, but 110 degrees, at that point, you're just staying inside. So here's some of the pork blood right here. It's really good. I don't know if you guys are used to this, but this is like a delicacy right here.
Said Texas has 2 seasons, spring and summer. Fall and winter is
Hassan.
like 6 weeks.
Hassan Saltine, thanks so much for the support as well.
Diamond said,
Again, this is
already hellish. Cythereal said,
this is Boom Bao Hue, one of the Vietnamese noodle soups here. And this is, I love Vietnamese cuisine because it's just so flavorful. Like the broth and just, it's like a great mixture of all the tastes. And you can see right here, like, it's just wonderful. Is that what they call it, the panhandle? 118, holy hell. Over here, the worst it gets on average is like high 80s or mid 90s on like peak weather. This is really good. You have to try the broth too.
Diamond said Cythereal, I was talking about the seasons, but yes, I will have to check it out.
Some more of the meatball right here. Diamond, you could have this piece. This is so good. This is really good. I'm so glad I asked my friend. So again, the restaurant's called Nam Yao, N-A-M, and then G-I-A-O. It's really nice. You could hear a bit of the music. Got a nice background right here. And it's just like me and like maybe 3 other parties here. So we came out at a perfect time. I think if we probably wait like 1 or 2 more hours later, it's gonna get pretty crowded. Maybe during weekends it gets extremely crowded, but right now it's a prime time.
Cythereal said, yeah, for 6 weeks. Crazy windy here since start of the year, 40 plus miles per hour winds that finally died down a few weeks ago. Gusts got up to 90 plus miles per hour. Diamond said, oh, tempter, LOL. Seems like a nice chill place.
Who's down for this one? I'm down. Right here. I'm gonna put a bit.
Cythereal said that.
That's the good stuff? All right, I'm putting 2 spoons in here. Here. Perfect. I guess I just stir, right? It's a cool environment to just looks.
Just chill, looks like us enjoy good food.
Exactly. I had milk tea earlier, so that's why I usually when I go to restaurants, I go all out with the order. But it's fine.
I agree, Diamond.
It's cool. The water comes in the whatchamacallit, the cup with the sealed top. That's awesome. That's amazing. I'm gonna take a couple bites off my food because I'm aware that I talk a lot. Boba seal, exactly, yeah. I always thought, I don't know if you guys ever had this thought, but like, if you guys were able to like, if you had, let's say if money was not a factor, what would you want your job to be? I always wanted to be like a restaurant worker, or maybe to open up my own like barista shop or something, like a milk tea shop. I would call it Soc Tea. Here's my hand. Here's a cup size. This is amazing.
Cythereal said always wanted to be a chef, yet life said no.
Really? Well, what are you now, Sith?
Cactus Everesting said ha ha honey. Cythereal said retired. Cactus Everesting said skull.
This one that we just put in, it gives it the spice taste. And I think that's how it's supposed to go. Because usually for this particular dish, you make it spicy. So, with these, when you add it in, it brings up the spice level. But it's not like your typical spice. This is like, it gives you a good kick to it. And I put 2 spoons, not full spoonfuls, but like probably half a spoon into this hotter sauce right here. And I'm feeling it. This is the stuff. I don't put too much, obviously, if you can't handle it. But I think this is a good amount. It's really nice. 25 years in call centers, done with people. Did you enjoy it, though? I gotta go here with my friend one day, the one that recommended me to go here. We were college classmates. We periodically hang out like once or twice a year. So we have a lot to catch up on, and usually we do it through like a meal. And maybe I could get him on stream sometime.
St. Ariel said, when I started, yes. Then people became too entitled.
A lot of my peers actually, they shared that you get the feel for customer service a lot, like the worst of the worst in retail. Because a majority of my peers growing up, like throughout high school and college, they worked in like Target, right, any retail store, or like Starbucks as a barista, and they explain the horror stories, like the worst of the worst. I've never had that experience because I was just in school and then I got a job, like a different job after college. But like just hearing that. But I feel like if you experienced it, it's good because you understand. You understand like the struggles of being in retail, and you appreciate the people more in retail for having to go through that, right? So like what Sith mentioned, the whole thing about people being entitled, that's what I heard about people like who worked in like the mall or something, right? Question. What do they call this in English?
Herbal tea.
Herb tea?
Yeah, herbal tea.
Herbal tea, okay. Herbal tea, thank you. This is a really good size. Like the bowl is perfect, and they actually double stack the bowls. I forgot to mention that, but like you got the main bowl here, and you have the bigger bowl on the outside. That's what it said on the menu. Dang it. Okay, no worries. Wait, no, unless I read the wrong line. Something I want to share with everybody as well is like, I think when it comes to little warm, it is a little warm, because it's actually, even with a half spoonful, you feel like the spice. I don't know if some of y'all can handle spicy. I can handle spicy to an extent, and then I would have to take a little break. But I know some of my friends, they could handle like a ghost pepper or something, right? This is great. The table, like I'm on a single table right now, right, for 2 people. It's very spacious. I've seen places with like the smallest tables, but this is a really good size, for like a one-on-one interaction with somebody. And then, they have tables for like, I'm counting right now, we have multiple tables for like up to like 8 people. And then they could combine tables for like over 10 people. So like it's very flexible, especially, with the stage here. They're able to like really move things around depending on the party size. Ghost peppers and Carolina Reapers? Really? Cold water must have been on the other cup. Yeah, exactly. That might have been the case. no flavor. It's just hot. Now, how would you recover from the hotness, though? Like, people say, like, drink milk. I don't know, like, because what I try to do is just I drink more water. And people say that makes it worse. Maybe I did make it worse for myself. But I'm very curious how you would recover from that. You know, like, you ate a ghost pepper. You just run to, like, you just take a big milk carton and just, like, jug it down like that. I don't know, yeah. I gotta know. I would like to know. In case I ever want to do that challenge to myself. Something I want to share with everybody, a bit off topic, but I get some questions about like the IRL streaming, and basically, people ask like, how's it like, right? And I will explain. It's kind of like, I use IRL streaming as an example, but I'll make it to lead to my next point. But IRL streaming is kind of like, it was a leap of faith for me, right? I was already like a streamer at home, like doing typical stuff on my computer, and then I was inspired from other streamers, going out there traveling the world. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the leap of faith and just get into it, and hopefully it works. So I tried it out back earlier in January this year. I got all the equipment. It was very complicated to set up because it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to doing like IRL streaming. But everything worked out. Had really great experiences, and it was a huge risk because like I would spend like a couple thousands of dollars on all the equipment. Yeah, I get the accessories, right? All the wires, the cables, the camera, the encoder unit, the selfie stick, the backpack, and it adds up very quickly, adding tax on that. Like, we're talking a couple thousands, right? So it was a massive risk I was taking. But, I kind of like, I took the leap of faith to get a feel for it, because in the back of my mind up to that time, I was spending the week just contemplating, like, should I do this or should I not do it? Now, the safer approach would have been to just take your phone and stream live, and if you feel for it, then, you could buy more equipment. So the approach I took was high risk, but it worked out in the end because I actually enjoyed it in the end, and I'm still doing it now. But that leads to my next point where, exactly, Sith, yeah, IRL is a completely different animal than desktop streams, exactly. Like, so to my point is like when you do, not just for IRL stream, but like any opportunity out there that you want to do, like a new hobby, maybe like getting new gear, or whatever new opportunity you're kind of contemplating about whether to do or not do. At that point, my recommendation, like, save yourself time and just do it. Try it out for a couple days, maybe a week or something. If you like it, then great, keep doing it. But if you don't like it, then hey, at least you made it into a reality for yourself, and you can move on knowing a better path for yourself in your life. And, as much as my observation is like, as much as we want to eliminate the risk factor in our lives, the future, there's always going to be like a level of uncertainty that we have to accept and embrace. And this is where everyone needs to write their own story for themselves, to make, to take the leap of faith, try it, and then proceed in one way or another. So yeah, just got to make it happen for yourselves, because we're each on our own paths, right? We're each on our own paths, and we need to like discover ourselves, right? And I think that's the best way, one of the best ways to go about it is you just have to figure it out yourself, right? Where you could get the guidance from other people, but at the end of the day, it's like, where do you gravitate towards? And with that includes having to try things out, So yeah, that's my little 2 cents on like just the whole. If someone asks me how RL streaming is, that's my answer. But also this goes to like a more general, like all-encompassing answer about things that we ever wanted to do in our lives. Next weekend, check out TickleFit streams. He does drag racing, dual camera setup. He's got a new main camera, and very nice. I'll definitely check it out. My setup's the typical setup. It's this one camera setup, the Sony action camera, external microphone with the backpack, 6-foot cables. Go big or go home. Exactly. But yeah, to everybody out there, it's just, if there's anything you want to try, I'll say just do it, you know? His main setup has like 9 pounds. Yeah. The Sony action camera that, like, let's say most of the IRL streamers use is the Sony FDR X3000. The one I got, I was very lucky. Got on eBay, got it for a good competitive price. If you try to get it nowadays, or like general price listings, are like they double the price, and it's just like, because they don't make it anymore. Sony doesn't manufacture the camera. I think it got released back in 2016 or 2017. So it's been a handful of years. So like some people have a bulk of them. They resell it, and of course they sell it for a high price. But if you can get lucky on like a good undamaged camera, which is rare, just take your time with buying the camera. No, it's the FDR X3000. Not the AS300. The FDR X3000 is the one that everyone uses. I think it's because it's for the wide lens, like the wide view, and also for the stabilization of the camera. Because if you put it on your shoulder mount, right, the camera just shakes like that if it's any other camera. But with this one, it's kind of like you could move around like walk, but it doesn't shake that much. That's why people prefer this camera. I'll type it in the chat. So, but yeah, if any of you guys have any questions about like IRL streaming gear and like any hardware stuff, maybe software stuff, feel free to ask me. Or if you guys are curious what kind of like specific stuff I use, like the physical stuff, like wires and all that, any recommendations, feel free to send me a message. Like I have a Discord channel. Feel free to join Discord channel as well. Send me a PM. I'll give you all the details. Would love to help anybody who's looking for information out there. And it's a very custom thing to get into. Like IRL streamers, like as you know, Fiddle, right? He has his own setup. I have my own setup. Every other streamer uses for a particular purpose, right? For the stream and preferences. So I'll share what I have for my purposes. But yeah, just tweak it to however you like. And if you want to get into it, it's fun. What server do you use? I just use my PC from home. So before I leave the house, I turn on my computer, turn on OBS Studio. I just use my home internet, and then I turn on the stream and I bring all the the encoder stuff. Yeah, but if I ever travel, like an international travel, I'm gonna start using like cloud OBS. You just pay a month of service, and then you wouldn't have to bring your home desktop or something with you, right? Because you're traveling, right? But yeah, for now, it's like wherever you can save any money, right? Just use your home PC from home, your home Wi-Fi internet, to be the server unit, and then when you travel somewhere, that's when you could consider doing the cloud system and pay the websites or pay the companies to do that for a month of service. Third party one, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, there's a bunch of third party sites that you could use, and they have some competitive pricing, but they're at least $100 a month, and you pay higher for like higher bit rate, right, for higher quality. But yeah, like it's pricey, but it's kind of like, life is short, right? Yeah, just to be fully transparent with you guys, it's kind of like, I have the Solo Pro, which is the newest live view unit. The month, I use 2 SIM cards, so monthly that's $300 a month for the mobile data plan. So it's expensive, but it's kind of like, who cares, right? No, I'm kidding. extremely expensive. Like when I explain this to certain people, it's like there's no way you could justify it, right? I try to stream, often so I can make it worth my, the bang for the buck. But it's kind of like, even if I don't stream as often as I would like, from paying like $300 a month for the mobile data plan, it is what it is, honestly. Like, I'm a busy guy, right? But that's what Tickle has. Very nice. Some people do three cards, three mobile data cards, and that's like $400. I wish I had that much, but it's like, no, we'll stick with the 300. Yeah. The thing with this is because I use it through the LiveView company, so then they claim it's unlimited data and it's uncapped. So there's no they don't throttle you apparently. And so far I haven't had any issues with them throttling the connection. Close to 500 a month. Oh geez. Yeah, I'm just trying to save money to be able to sustain this, But it's like, it's been fun. It's been 6 months now. So, 6 times 300. Can't do math right now, but yeah, it's just, it adds up, But no worries. It's kind of like Bella Box, exactly. I know some people use Bella Box, and the quality is just, the quality looks great. Some people only use one SIM card. It's kind of like their preference, right? Obviously saves you a lot of money, but it's kind of like, at that point, it's like, it's choose your path, right? The LiveView is completely convenient, so that's why I chose it, even though it's like extremely expensive. But hey, we're here, so we're gonna cruise, right? Those legumes have gotten right. This is really good. Like, even, how long has it been? It's been like over 45 minutes or something, right? The food's still really warm, and it's really good. So, we haven't tried the fresh chili. We haven't tried these two, because these two look really hot. But we tried the chili paste right here. And this is good. This is really good. So, this is the one I recommend, because this is the one I typically see for this dish. So, probably like half a spoonful. You can already see I'm a bit sweating right now, but it's not that hot. Half a spoonful, you can survive. LiveView came out first, and thus they have the market. The one next to this one, this one's called fresh chili, labeled on the top right there. So right here, I'm not sure if this is hot. Let me actually put it in right now. So 4 screen. Yeah, I've seen people use 4 like. I see people use a lot of modems, but I think for the typical stream, you wouldn't have to get that far, with using 4. But it'll be good to know as like a study case. But some people use 4, like to each their own. But I feel like 1 is just fine, Now, if you're moving around everywhere, to different locations, then yeah, maybe 2 might be helpful at some cases. But it's like, I honestly, I don't think it's a make it or break it type of thing, because the more modems you use, right, the more money you're paying for it. But I've seen people with Bella Box, you just use 1 modem, and they're totally fine, because they're usually in one spot, not really going everywhere. Really, the modems are included in the unit. Yeah. I watched a couple, I think it's like recommended, right? Like best practices recommended 2 modems, but I've seen multiple videos of people and I've talked to some people too, they say, I only use 1 modem, and it's okay. But yeah, there are some cases where 2 would be helpful, but I've seen for those people I talked to in some of the videos I watched, they said just 1 is fine, But I would recommend 2 if you can. The fresh chili, it's a nice kick to it too. So, let me show you You might be able to see some of the chili effect, like right here. You can see some of the red floating around. But yeah, like if you dump a whole spoonful, obviously it's gonna turn all red. But like you can see some of the bits right there. It's super good. That's the chili oil, exactly. Yeah. So, I'm trying to save up for a trip to Japan, and you know the funny thing is, I got inspired by watching people streaming Japan, and that got me thinking. I was like, wow, you know, like on Twitch, you see a lot of the streams are in Asia somewhere, Southeast Asia. There's a very few handful in like West Coast, especially in America, especially this area. So I was like, you know what, like. So my rationale was like, one, it looks super fun when they're streaming Japan. And like I explained before, you know, I already do streaming from PC, so I'm a bit used to the whole live aspect. And I wanted to showcase and highlight the stuff that we have here in the West Coast, at least, right? So yeah, now we're here in this restaurant. Exactly, yeah. So, but yeah, it's nice memories too. Like I actually rewatched a couple of the live stream videos from a while back. January, went to my first restaurant. On day one, when I first started the stream, I went to a restaurant, and it was so fun. So it was very different. You know, you set up your tripod, right? I was using a mirrorless camera because this action camera didn't come in the mail yet. So I was lugging around this huge mirrorless camera on like a tripod. Like it was tough. So, but it was pretty nice. You know, got to get the feel of like, you know, like setting up the tripod in front of a table and just talking, right? Very few racing places still left in the state. I think in this area, the cool things we do have are the restaurants, because, you know, we have a lot of like, it's very diverse here, and you can get diverse foods everywhere within close proximity in the Bay Area. So I think that's a plus for the Bay Area. Like in Asia and stuff, like I've seen it's like very, like let's say Japan or Korea, it's very like, how do you say it? It's like urban, but it feels like, because you know, I'm used to growing up in the Bay Area, so like just seeing like tall skyscrapers and stuff, I'm not really that used to it. So like when I watch these streams from different countries, you know, where they're showcasing all the downtown like skyscrapers, it got me really fascinated. And maybe on the flip side, maybe like if people from Asia watch, let's say like what we have here, and they see it's a completely different lifestyle and like the buildings they have, the layout, it might be fascinating to them, you know? Vacaville, very nice. Vacaville, somewhat close. It's pretty far, to be honest. As like driving, it's quite the drive. The plan after the restaurant, there is around this plaza. Let me see what they got. They have a supermarket back there in the back. Good question. We are. Good question. I'll figure it out. Because I already went to milk tea. We got this. We could get a third one. So. It's a San Franciscan. I can confidently say that you're city. Really? I've been to Oakland, and I was terrified at some of the streets I drove through. But that's what I've been hearing about San Francisco throughout the past couple months. But is it really that bad? Like, man, that's unfortunate because like I've always, I don't know, past few years I've always wanted to go to San Francisco more often. You know, hang around and just have fun. I'd rather be in Oakland than San Francisco. That's a strong statement. Hey, bye. Welcome back. You're eating the Vietnamese restaurant Boo Ba Hoai? tastes really good. The herbal tea right here. Have a good drink right there. Just the water. So with the, just a quick thing, external microphone for like streaming in restaurants in particular, and also IRL, I highly recommend it. So, because one time I was in a milk tea spot, they were blasting the music, and it was so loud that I had to like kind of almost like raise my voice into the camera's microphone, and the camera's just only like this far away from me. So after that particular stream, I was like, I'm not going through that again. So I instantly bought the external microphone here, and I'm kind of like slowly, I'm kind of whispering right now. But yeah, it totally helps. Even if the music is blasting, the external microphone, like it has a 200 feet range, I believe. If I had the camera stationary, I just walked away for a sec. So I highly recommend it. Boston was bad until you lived there 20-something odd years ago. Amazon did that and lock, really? Yeah, getting a house here is complicated. As you know, the housing prices is pretty tough, but I'm still hopeful. It's tough, but I'm not going to give up. I'm still trying. I love finishing the broth. So anybody here typically finish the broth? Because I've seen people where they just eat the stuff in it, but they leave the broth. But we're gonna finish the whole thing because it's good. The housing bubble. That's the thing. Everyone says they think the housing bubble is gonna pop, but they've been saying that for the past like year or 2 years. One broth equals flavored. Oh yeah. It's really chill today. Like it's only like 4 other parties here. It's very chill. Like I can just imagine, like when it gets busy in here, it gets loud. Like any other busy restaurant, right?
My house where I am was $80,000 back in 07.
$80K back in 07. So close to $200K. Holy moly. The funny thing, I was talking to a friend from like a different state. Their housing prices there are like $500 or something, right? For like a good 2-story, multi-bedroom actual house, big property. And they're like, oh, what kind of house are you trying to get? And I was like, oh, I'm trying to get like a $1 million house. And then they're like, wow, that's a huge house. And I showed them a picture. It was a 1-story, it's a 1-story like house. And they're like, you're gonna settle for that? I was like, it was enlightening to me because I think east, right? Depending on where in the east or away from the Bay Area, significantly cheaper. You can get a much bigger land and a bigger house. So they're like, just move to another state. And I was like, I just love the Bay Area. So yeah, I heard 07, 08 was the perfect time to buy. I might need to order a second bowl. I think that with 200K, I looked at the housing market just a couple of days ago. It was like, well, 200K, 250K, you can get like a mobile home if you want to settle for that. But it's like, no, I'm still aiming for the house. It's going to be tough. I ran through the numbers. It's going to take me like 10 years. Maybe I could pull a miracle with the Tesla stock. I don't know if y'all do stocks, but if y'all got Tesla, I hope you're having a great day today. This is really good. So yeah, I don't know if you can see it from here, but yeah, we have 6 of these. Just hold it up real quick. So we have 6 of these right here, the different chili stuff. So we tried like 3 of them, and they're really good. Hey, Face, good to see you. Happy Thursday. We just finished our Bumahoe here. Really great place. Hope you like the background here. It's nice. They have a disco ball in the background. Your IRAs are still down? I am. So, yeah, I make terrible investing decisions. When I first got into investing, I was looking at the meme stocks. I bought it when it was a high. Next day it dropped. I lost so much money. I was like, and I talked to people. They're like, "Why do you listen to the internet? Like that's how you get screwed. That's how you that's how you lose it all." And then I was like, because I don't know any better. It is 8. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. We're from the West Coast, so. Sarkis was left holding the bag. That's exactly what happened. I bought Dogcoin, and I got scared, and I sold it, and I broke even. Had I waited an hour, I could have bought a house. I could have, but it's kind of like it depends on the person. How much risk do you want to take? At that point, because I already lost so much, already buying other meme stocks. So when I got Dogecoin or Dogcoin, however you call it, it's kind of like that's when I kind of took a step back. I was like, okay, time out. I'm really falling into this hype way too much, and at this point, this is risky because I threw everything I had in it. At that time, I my life savings was all in Dogecoin. So I was like, okay, let's be smart about this because it was slightly going down. It was like this and that, right? It got to a point where I was like, I can't do it. It's like I pulled out. Then 1 hour later, it shot up like that. Had I waited 1 hour, everybody in the stream would be having their own live view solo pro on me. So, man, you do mutual funds? Yeah. Or Musk promoted them, yeah. But I'll keep the bag. I'll keep the bag and take the L's, right? No worries there. But be careful where you invest, honestly. It depends on the person. If you want to go high risk, high rewards, sure. But it's kind of be smart about it. Do the research. But if you just want to leap of faith in it, that's good luck. Don't forget me if you make it big from that. S&P 500, following the buffet way, yeah. It's kind of I think now, so I finished college, and after finishing college, it's kind of when I reflect, it's because, throughout high school, I didn't really get to go out and about to explore the world because, I couldn't drive and all that. During college, I was just mainly studying and just school, home, studies, take the test, pass classes. And then only after I graduated college and, got a job, that's when I was able to explore, right? Because I have a job, right? So then I was able to spend more money, go to restaurants and explore. But it was only very recently that I got to really explore the area that I even live in. Man, it was great. But I reflect, I was like, man, it took that long. It took 20 plus years to get to this point where it's I can finally explore. But it's if you could do it earlier, right? When you're as a kid or maybe throughout college, I think that's a nice way to go if you can. If not, then I don't think there's nothing wrong with getting to explore after college, right? Because you have a job by then, you get to spend whatever you want to spend on. But it's kind of those are my circumstances. But I think the whole, like, I just studied, worked hard, and then now I'm at a point where it's just like, I just work and just whatever I want to do, I just want to do, And now that I've gotten older, I know why. I just, yeah. Yeah. So, the next question. It took me some 40-odd years to realize that if I went back, I would do something that I enjoy, like learning to be a gunsmith or something hands-on. Wow, very nice. Yeah. This is really good. It's like the herbal tea. You can see right here. It's really good.